Good morning, Facebook family, and welcome to this Saturday's edition of In the Garden with Joyful Living. I am Kimberly Dixon. We really don't have any announcements of upcoming weeks. This Memorial Day weekend. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend. I'm gonna go visit some of my family and have a cookout and do some fishing with some of those guys. So I don't really have any announcements for June because I am going to be busy packing to move, and then I'm going to go on vacation. So there's not a lot of upcoming events as far as that's concerned. However, in July, I am hosting with the Girls and Boys Club here in Raleigh a book signing with Kalea Irving in her book Now I See. And I am doing a fundraiser on Facebook so that every child can receive her book for free. I'll post the link for that in the comments below. So I think the nominations on Facebook start at $20, but if you don't have $20, if you've got $1, $3, $5, every amount goes towards helping us supply a child with the book for free. But while we're waiting for some people to join us, I'm going to go ahead and show you the garden for this week and give you an update on that. So as we can see here, we've got the spinach, and it's doing pretty well. My breakfast, my green smoothie, and my coffee. And that rose bush there is doing wonderful. But everything is showing some distress from the heat right now. So this afternoon, I'm actually going to move. Well, not this afternoon, but this morning, I'm going to move it. And I've set everything on the patio again this morning because we've got some gentlemen here who are laying mulch down, and they're going to be making everything pretty for us today. But the cucumber is vining very well. I don't see any fruit yet, but we do have flowers. So within the next week or so, we should have some baby cucumbers. I love how I refer to vegetables as humans, as babies and such. The red pepper is doing very well. It's about to start producing flowers. And this is the zucchini. It's coming along quite nicely. It actually has some small zucchini on it, although I don't see them at the moment. And as you can see, the male flowers have been blooming. And I'm hoping to have enough pollinators this year so that the fruit doesn't rot on the vine. My lavender, it's not gonna make it. But it still smells wonderful. I've never had much success with a lavender. Good morning, Hugh. Good morning, Angel. But it smells wonderful. And even once it dies, it will continue to smell wonderful. So I'm going to leave it sitting there. The African daisies are doing well. My tomato plant. This tomato plant is my shining glory. This thing has so many baby tomatoes on it. Last count, I think it was 7 on yesterday. So it's going to produce lots of great fruit. And I'm going to move everything to a different location because it's North Carolina. Good morning, Jay. I'm not going to preach this morning. I'm just going to talk to y'all for a little bit. But just giving everybody a look at what's going on here. But everything is doing well. My green bean, I love how it's coming up the trellis, and it's going to be beautiful once it covers the entire thing. So today's topic, sit back down and turn the camera around, is how much does it cost? So please share the video. Let me get a sip of something to drink. My throat is dry. Although coffee is probably the last thing I should be drinking when I need some hydration. But it is decaf. So the topic today is how much does it cost? Everything has a price to it. When we go into the grocery store, or we're shopping at a mall, or going into our favorite store, regardless of what it is, we typically pick it up, see if it's our size, and then out of habit, you flip the price tag over because you want to know, how much is this going to cost me? What is the price of this? We do that anytime we are shopping. We do it in the grocery store. Think about it when you're at the meat counter, whether you're getting it from a butcher or you're getting it in the grocery store. You see if that amount, that size is going to be sufficient for you, and then you look at the price. It's second nature. But we don't do that when it comes to the other decisions that we make in our life. And we need to realize and recognize that everything has a price. Whether it costs us financially, emotionally, spiritually, or with our time, there's a cost associated with it. Think about it this way. If you are in a relationship with a man or a woman and they hit you the first time, well, 5 years down the road, you have been battered, bruised, and broken, and it has cost you substantially. It has cost you physically, it has cost you emotionally, and it has cost you financially, because if you went to the emergency room with a broken bone, a black eye, and a busted lip, that cost you financially. And it cost you your time, because now 5 years of your life have gone by. In that instance, we made a decision to stay because we didn't want to be alone, or we were making a decision, I'm going to stay for the kids, but it cost you dearly. And some things, they have too high a cost. When we don't take a look at how much things are going to cost us in the long run, it leads us down a path that sometimes can take decades to correct itself. So think about it this way. We have to consider the long-term implications of things. Is this going to be a good investment for me in the long run, or is this going to cost me too much? What's the cost of it? In the day-to-day decisions that we are making, how much is it going to cost you to do this? How much is it going to cost you if you stay in this relationship? How much is it going to cost you if you don't invest in going to school or getting a trade? What is the long-term implications of this? What is it going to cost if you don't teach your children to be respectful of themselves and respectful of you? Because when they get out in the world, they're not going to respect anybody, and it costs not only them, because they may end up in jail or in trouble in school, but it costs society as well. How much does this cost? When Jesus after he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, Satan tempted him by saying, turn this stone into bread. Now, you know he was hungry. He had fasted 40 days and 40 nights. He was hungry, tired, weak, but he looked at the long-term implications of this, because he easily could have turned the stone into bread. But had he done that, the cost would have been astronomical, because it wouldn't allow him to fulfill the prophecies. It wouldn't allow him to fulfill his purpose for being here, because instead of fulfilling his purpose, he would have, I can't think. I'm having a brain lapse. Well, in a way, he wouldn't have been able to fulfill his purpose, because now his mind would have belonged to Satan. The long-term implications would have not only cost him, but it would have cost all of humanity everything. So the long-term cost and the long-term implications of that were simply too much. It was not worth the temporary satisfaction of a meal. And a lot of times in our life, we're looking for the temporary fix, something that is going to give us a quick fix, but not taking into consideration the long-term implications and the long-term cost of this. Some things have too high a price. And whether it comes in the form of financially, relationally, socially, psychologically, spiritually, the price is too high. Yeah, I do need some water. I actually have my cup of ice water in my Love is a Parable cup inside on the counter. But I was outside watering my plants, so I forgot and left it indoors. But I'm going to be hitting the water good, because it has been extremely hot here. It's just May, but in North Carolina, it has already been scorching hot, and my plants are suffering. So I'm going to move them this afternoon. But again, good morning, Robin. When we're looking at our lives, we have to take into consideration, good morning, Dion, how much things are going to cost us in the decisions that we make day to day, and not just the financial implications of that, but what is it going to cost you emotionally, spiritually, and figuring out, is it worth it? Because we have great destiny and purpose for our life, but if we don't think about how much things cost and don't consider the long-term consequences of our actions, then we end up paying a price that is simply too high. You wouldn't go in the shoes and in a store and knowing that you have $100 budget for shoes, and you pick up a pair of shoes that cost $1,200, price is too high. You cannot afford it. Good morning, Tammy. So we make other considerations. You get something within your budget. We have to start looking at our lives and considering what the long-term implications are. How much is it going to cost you in the long run? So just keep that in mind when we're making decisions about things. Life is an investment. It really is. It's a long-term investment. And I don't know about you, but I'm planning on being a happy, healthy, successful person well into my 90s and 100s. People in my family live a long time if they don't drink and if they don't smoke. And I have never done either. Well, let's correct that. I have never smoked. I used to drink, and I drink a little wine now, but I know what my goal is. I want to be healthy and happy well into late adulthood, into a mature, happy life. But in order to do that, we have to consider how much things cost. And before I go, please share the video, guys. As I mentioned earlier, I am doing the fundraiser for the Now I See book signing in Raleigh with the Girls and Boys Club. There's a fundraiser on Facebook happening now. Every dollar will go 100% towards getting books for the kids at the Boys and Girls Club. And also for the month of June and probably through July the 10th, 50% of all sales from my t-shirt, Joy is My Birthright, will go towards sponsoring books for the children at the Girls and Boys Club. And I'll put the link to the website as well to get a t-shirt. Good morning, Frida. So guys, help us make this book signing successful. The kids at the Girls and Boys Club deserve this. And hey, one of my guys is coming down to make my area pretty. They're laying mulch this morning. I've been out talking, I've been out over there talking to them. But guys, that was all I had for you today. Start considering the cost of everything, all the decisions that we make in our life, because it's not just a financial decision. Hey, thank you, Frida. It's not just a financial decision. It costs you in your time. It can cost you relationally. It can cost you socially. It can cost you in all areas of your life. Think of your life as a long-term investment and start making decisions that are going to put you where you want to be in the future. When you're 70 years old, when you're 80 years old, you don't want to still be feeling pain from where that man or that woman was throwing you down the stairs when you were 20 or 30 years old. Make decisions that are going to reap you benefits in the long term. Guys, please share the video if you enjoyed the message. Good morning, Darlene. Hey, yeah, that's awesome. You got yours. But again, 50% of all the sales from my t-shirt, Joy is My Birthright, is going to go towards sponsoring children to get the books for the Girls and Boys Club. So guys, get on the website, get those t-shirts, and each t-shirt is made individually with love, and they are prayed over before they go out, because I'm serious about this thing, about touching everybody that I can with the love of God and spreading some joy. So guys, have a great day. My trainer is not here today, but I'm actually getting ready to go change clothes so that I can go get on the elliptical, because come Tuesday, he's not going to care that I didn't work out. He's still going to give it to me like he normally does. So again, I love you. I will talk to you soon. Robin, as soon as I sign off, I'm going to post the link for the website in the comments. And thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I love you. Bye-bye.